Yeah. So, Roy, is it your first time joining on websites call?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Would like to introduce?
Pardon?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so my name is Roy and I'm a full stack software developer. So I joined the Slack channel for 1 year ago, but this is my first time joining this call.
Okay. Welcome to the websites call. And yeah, we will be covering a lot of full stack things in websites meeting. So yeah, stay tuned. And
Okay.
okay, thanks. And if I miss anyone, so you can, introduce yourself in the chat. So we'll be first taking a look at the agenda that is related to layer5.io, then meshy.io, then docs.meshy.io, and so on. So we'll be starting with the items that we have on layer5.io. And meanwhile, I'll also share to, mark your attendance in the meeting docs. I will quickly share this link in the chat. So make sure you write your name in the attendees. So first agenda that we have is by Ritik. So Ritik, would you like to take the stage?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so I'll share my screen. So, okay. So like most of you know that we have a recognition program also, or those who are joining for the first time. So we have a recognition program where we assign or award badges to the contributors or the working contributors, or depending on the things they do with the Meshri. So we have now issues open for new badges. So if you are a UX designer, so you can take those issues assigned to yourself after commenting your name in the issues name. So like these are inside the Meshri extension packages. So if you want to work on them, you can directly go to the issues link inside the meeting minutes. So yeah, all the description is written already inside the issue description. So yeah, some of the badges are already created by like Victoria, and like you can go to the badges.layer5.io to see what all badge recognition badges and achievement badges that we have. So yeah.
Thank you, Ritik. And yes, I have shared the issue link in the chat. So anyone who would want to, work on the issue, you can go and check these out and comment in the GitHub comments, and we will assign this issue to you. So thanks, Ritik. I'll once again share my screen.
Okay, gentlemen, wait. We're not gonna get anybody involved this way. One, hey, we should probably bring some energy to the call and say, hey, we've got this badges program. It sucks. No, it's pretty cool actually. It's brand new program. We have a recognition program for a long time. By the way, we have this badges program and it kind of sucks. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Anyway, we recognize people in the community. We even allow people to make terrible jokes like the ones that I make. So bring your terrible jokes. We allow sarcasm and a bit of harassment. So there's, but if you dish it out, you got to be willing to take it. So clearly I'm willing to take it. Good. My name's Lee. We've got a couple of hosts today, a few hosts. So Vivek, Ritik, Shudanshu, and Noreen, and Saurabh, and Abhijit. Yep, we got a number of folks who are leaders in the community. You'll hear from, I'm sure, each of them. Some of them wear different hats. Some of them are community managers. Some of them are meshmates. Some of them are maintainers. And some of them are, well, just want to be one of those that are, no, I'm just kidding. Anyway, they're all one of those types of roles, and they've all been around a long time. So they're certainly go-to people if you've got questions, but there are any number of other people that I didn't list that have also been here. They've also been accomplishing things. They've also got great ideas, good feedback, and are generally here to help others and learn with you. So, yeah, so don't be shy with questions. This is a place for everybody to learn. I learn something every day. I learned that I really can't talk and do and type at the same time. So anyway, I figured that I would just interrupt for just a moment and say what Ritik was showing is pretty awesome. Actually, maybe somebody could show it again. We've been doing recognition in the community for a long time. There have been badges for a long time, badges that go onto people's, onto different profiles. There's a profile on the layer5.io website. We end up talking about that site a lot here because it's like, we have it's between 8 and 10 front-end projects. I forget where we are at, but we had talked about this site a lot because it's the culmination point for all of the works, and it sort of represents all the projects and things. But we should absolutely be talking about all the other sites. I bring this site up because, well, it's one of those points of recognition. If you've been around for long enough, you end up getting asked to, asked to do more and become and steward the community, and you end up being recognized. One of those points of recognition is to have a member profile here. There's one of our mesh mates, Casey. If you go back up to EK, so he goes by Casey. If you click, so he has 2 badges. He has some social links for his GitHub profile, Twitter, and etc. But he also has a Meshmate badge. Meshmate, somebody will talk about that today, probably. He also has a community badge. There's I don't know. There's a number of other small, not small, physically small badges that people earn and get put onto their profile. And it has a lot to do with where they've been participating, in what area they've been participating here. So he's Casey's, he's become a Meshmate because he's been so helpful to others. And he has a community badge in part because he's been focused on community. So, but there's a litany of other badges. Those other badges can be found inside the community handbook. The link to the handbook can be found in the footer or through the mega menu, as we call it. A lot of work been done by the community on that menu, by the way. So there's hopefully a list of badges here that sort of explain a bit about them. These mini badges, because they're just presented in a small size, should be also in their larger size represented on badges.layer5.io. For those of you who have signed up for a free cloud account, you'll have a member profile there. And if you are awarded a badge on that site, then you get the badge in this larger form. And the thing is Ritik, how many badges would you guess that we have right now? Just at a guess.
Like more than 25.
Okay. So there's more than 25 ways that people should be recognized. Or what Ritik was saying before, and the reason that I interrupted was to say, what Ritik was really doing is saying, hey, if you're into visual design, we need your help. And there's a number of open GitHub issues that Ritik and Prem and whomever else have opened up. These issues highlight the fact that we think another way of recognizing someone is if they've been focused on security and helping make either the websites or the other projects more secure. And so the second issue in the list is a Security Sentinel badge. But if you were to click on any one of these, what they're essentially trying to do is explain the same thing that I just did, except say, hey, there's more than, we're missing this badge. And in order for us to get this badge going, somebody's got to design it. Somebody's got to design that icon that goes in the middle. We're going to talk about icons today. Hopefully, Mr. Parthib is on. I think he's got a new icon design. So anybody here into visual design? And if you are, anybody would like to try creating an icon? If you go back to the list for a moment, there's, I think, 4 different types. This is one way for you all to engage and contribute. And so Victoria, if your name isn't on one of these, it needs to be. So don't try to hide. I see you on the call. Not gonna. But another way is, well, I guess we were seeing 4 ideas here for ways to recognize people, but there's probably more. Like, I mean, heck, do we have one for bad jokes? Because like, I'm ready, man. I'm ready for that badge. But there's other ways to recognize people. So if you have ideas about how people can be recognized, then let's create issues to create badges for that. One of the things that Ritik might highlight as being an area of need, if you don't mind, if you go back to like the badges site, this is an open area of need, and each of you are capable of having an opinion or brainstorming on this a little bit. So if you would take, excuse me, let's say we do the Bring a Buddy, the second one on the list. Oh, the Hacktoberfest one, that's brand new. Man, has anyone gotten one of those yet?
I don't think anyone has got.
I have to celebrate the first person that gets one. It's like the second of the month. So the Bring a Buddy, for example, this badge is awarded to the users who invite someone to Layer 5 Cloud to get that free account. Okay, well, I invited somebody. As a matter of fact, I invited, well, more people than we want to count. And my point of saying that is, well, wait a second. So I might have gotten this badge. Great, wonderful. I don't know if I did, but let's say that I did. What happens if I invite 5 people or 10 people? I mean, like, what if I invited 25 people? Is that like an accomplishment? Is that like a thing? Do I get is there like another version of this badge? And that's what I was saying before, is that Ritik is looking for ideas. He's looking for folks that have ideas about, hey, how might we show levels of either the individual badges, maybe of the entire set, like there's some badges that just get assigned much less because they kind of take a while to get to. That's one way of, showing these levels. If you think of it like a military ranking system, maybe, like you get 1 chevron, a couple, 3, 4, general, like different ranks, maybe that might be kind of nice to set this up kind of like that. I don't know. But for sure, that's an open question. I'm going to shut up here in a second. Is if you have ideas about how to signify that, yeah, you've done this thing, but now you've done it 25 times or 50 times or 5 times, whatever makes sense for that particular activity, that particular milestone. This is where I be quiet and you all answer 2 to 3 questions. 1, anybody here want to design an icon? 2, anybody here have an idea as to a different milestone other than what we've listed? 3, anyone have an idea as to how to show levels?
We have
All
some
right.
questions in the chat.
Excuse me. All right. Okay. Can I say something?
Yes, go ahead.
Can I? Okay, please. How to show levels? Number 1, what if we categorize them, saying if you bring between 1 to 5 people, the color of your badge would be, say, bronze. Yeah. So you bring 6 to 10 people, and you get a silver badge. Same design, of course, so that we will not belabor our designers and we don't have too many appearances of almost the same thing. All right. So then we then scale it to say 11 to 20 people, you have a gold badge. Then 20 and above, I think at that time you may need to send that individual a physical layer 5 memorabilia, say a layer 5 mug or hoodie or something, just to indicate that, man, this guy is a big marketer for layer 5, if I can use that word. Yeah. Yes, I am done. I'm done. The
Yeah.
next person.
Yeah, it's always that awkward silence afterwards. Like, did anyone hear me? Does everyone think that's a terrible idea? Hey, great idea to me. So there's one thing one of the signatures of this community and of the projects that we do is the 2 tones of green. So we need to make sure that those are kept around as we explore the use of other colors. We need to make sure those are kept around. However, I mean, that doesn't mean that you can't take out the like the dark green or whatever, that I switched that with something else, or the ribbon could be a different color, or there could be additional marks that are of various colors, maybe increase in maybe a gradient of colors, like increasing in intensity or something, especially if you combine that with a level map, so to speak. And Ritik, if you have an example of this, that'd be great. If you could, whoever is sharing could scroll up just a little bit. I thought it was included in here in the inspiration section. I can't believe that I'm telling you where it is. It is, right? Or did you guys delete it? There's one, maybe if you go to Meshery Cloud, maybe it never got moved over. But yeah, so like in terms of like the use of colors, particularly, I would think if you have a legend or like this I don't know what else to call it, this badge map or this that, yeah, you can, anyway. I didn't mean to bastardize the suggestion or change the idea, but was just trying to build upon it. So yeah, there you go in the upper right-hand corner. Yeah, don't lead the question, please, dear Lord. Please don't let Ritik take away anyone's good idea by suggesting what the answer is, because that's not the answer. If could you please share the levels in the right-hand side? Who's sharing right now? Ritik, I'm gonna come over there and strangle you. All right. There we go. Okay. Anyway, colors, right? Or like there's some use of color here. Elite Master, there's like, bronze, because they've got, that's actually a large part of it is bronze, silver, gold. That's all color. Platinum, diamond, elite. I don't know. What else though? Who else had ideas? Stars representing, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, different shapes of badges. Ooh, right on. Why am I the only one giving ad lib narrating here? Who else? I mean, Saruchi has, yeah, 1 to 5, right? Look at that, Captain Akshay. It's basically saying the same thing that we're looking at right here. Cool. Well, did anyone sort of, this brainstorming is wonderful. We should absolutely write that down as part of today's notes, Mr. Saxena, and maybe stimulate some discussion, further discussion on the discussion board. Maybe we'd use the discussion board for some discussion. I can. And then, yeah, did anyone officially sign up to try to design an icon? Victoria? What did you say, Victoria? I couldn't hear you.
I didn't. I didn't say anything, but I did volunteer.
That'd be
to
great.
design-
Thank you so much. That's wonderful. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I thought you were volunteering. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, I said I did volunteer yesterday. I was assigned an icon to design yesterday.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay. I thought you were being a lazy bum there for a second, but okay. And then, all right, very good. We're almost off this topic. Lee's about to shut up. there's another individual on the call who's shown what I think is some amount of talent in designing icons. And so Parthib, you're going to show off an icon today, hopefully. And when you do, if people like it, no good deed goes unpunished, which is to say, if people like it, then probably you should be
Yeah, I will
designing
take
one of
one.
these.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Cool. All right.
Thank you, Ritik. Thank you, Lee. So next up is Parthiv only for system assistant logo design. So Parthiv, if you would go next, please.
Yeah, I'm showing the sharing. So I have designed this type of logos, and Lee suggests to remove the border. So I remove the border, and currently they are looking like this. So any suggestion?
Yeah, we have a couple of UI UX on the call, Rex, Ritik, and others. So definitely they will have some feedback for you. So Rex would like to give some comments here.
Okay. First of all, I think this is looking nice. Actually, it's a good logo for assistants. I was going to my perspective, and I've spoken with a few other members of the design team as well. At least the few of us working on the system design. Maybe I was going to suggest seeing it in a few other forms. This is nice. It actually looks good. It looks like an S, conveys the message. Two things I wanted to point out. First, could we have it in a fully vertical form or a fully horizontal form to see the options that we have? So could it be better served, looking fully horizontal like this, or fully vertical like this, as opposed to the diagonal formats that it's currently taking? That's on the one hand. Then secondly, and I know I might get some backlash or stick for this, but I'm not necessarily sure that we want to have the two-tone greens here as well. Hear me out. And I know many people might have other thoughts about this as well, but for the system, as the design system, for instance, it's supposed to be like a guideline that doesn't just work for layer 5 and its other products, but works for even other random people who are trying to implement their different products or their different websites or applications, and they can always come to systems to get design principles and guidelines that guide them. I'll come from the aspect of color theory and say, if we are looking at color theory, what colors would denote a sense of trustworthiness, a sense of reliability, that people can actually trust these designs to help fulfill their aims and the goals that they are trying to achieve. If we could have a variation on that, because at the end of the day, what this would mean is that systems would end up looking like layer 5, end up looking like Nursery and all the other guys, so it's something we can't consider. But aside that, the structure, everything is looking good. I'll just say, okay, can we have it vertical, horizontal, see what it looks like? And that's the feedback I have. If it's talking about the structure, maybe going forward, if we're going to iterate on it, of course, we will have, other back and forth on Slack. We might see, okay, can we round some of the corners a little bit? Then the positioning like that I spoke of. I think that's all I get to notice. Yeah.
All right, and others like Victoria and Ritik, would you like to say something on this?
Yeah, like I don't have much to offer here, but just the thing currently the logo looks a little tilted at a 45 degree. So like if it is to the 90 degree, or S looks clearly like straight. So yeah, that's
That was what I was saying.
yeah, that's Rex already covered that.
Okay, then I will change it
Yeah.
to 190 degrees.
Yeah, else the logo looks great. So
All right then. Thanks, Parthiv.
Thank you.
All right. Next up is a item by me only. So it's a SEO item, and like we need folks like who can champion the SEO area. And one such issue is of duplicate meta description. So currently there are two pages. These two, they have like duplicate meta description. There's a step mentioned like how you can check that out. So if you would like to work on this, signal now, or you can comment in the GitHubs and we will assign this issue to you. So anyone would like to take this up?
Yes, I would like to take a look at it, even if it's not front end. So do you mean the meta description should be rewritten for one or both of them?
No, like even if you write for one, so it will be different from the other. So that will solve the issue.
Okay, so I should just change one of those meta descriptions.
Yes, yes.
Is that the case? All right,
Yes.
I'll take a look
This
at
could
it.
be one approach, but then like the two specific meta descriptions for like the two pages, that would be much better. So that way it would be.
Yes.
Thanks, Vlad. So
Completely different meta descriptions. Completely different.
yeah. So make sure you comment and we will assign. So thanks.
All right, I will do that.
Next up, we have item by Dhamkriti. So do we have Dhamkriti on call?
Yes.
Okay, we do. So Dhamkriti would like to present.
Yeah. Is it visible?
Yes, yes. And a quick note for everyone, like on meetings, we usually don't ask for like, is it visible or audible, because there is like a standard $2 fine. So yeah, is it visible? It's visible for now. Go ahead.
There is an issue in this community section where the community guidelines were written. These three links were not working. These was navigation is just for the purpose for filling out the page, but these are not working. Like you can see that. So I removed them, but it's not looking good. Like if I can show it. So yeah, here I have removed them, but it is not looking good because it looks like a whole the page is filled up. So I need suggestions to look this page good.
One thing could be, so like all of those pages, the pages they link to, all of them are there in the handbook section. So maybe we can point to there from those anchor tags. If you go back to the current one.
Mm.
So like we have community guidelines, then recognition, then membership to the GitHub. So all these pages can be found in community/handbook. Yes.
But these are the in-page navigation, no? Not the table of contents. So it doesn't make sense to be redirect to the other page.
Yep. Anybody anybody else has any comments on this one?
Are these topics are inside this page, recognition, membership to the GitHub?
No.
Okay. So like, let's say, like one thing you can do is right now, like you can just set the width to auto width. So it'll take the page size, not like just remove it. Or you can, another option could be just like add this anchor text with a JavaScript something. So like you just have to like find those text elements where it is visible in that content. So when you click on those topics, it will just navigate to that part of the page.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Damakriti. Next up, we have Narsimha. So do we have Narsimha on the call? We don't, so we'll circle back if he joins again. And next up, we have Akshan. So no hover effect on cards. So is Akshan with us? No, Akshan is not. So, but we'll take a look. So the issue is mainly about all the other cards have like this green effect, but on learning paths, these two don't. So Akshan wants to, have a kind of this green effect on these cards too on hover. So he would need feedback. So like, what are your thoughts and what would you say? Rex, Ritik, Victoria.
Please come again. I didn't hear that.
All right. So like the cards that we have on the website, layer5.io, they have this on hover, they have this green effect. But for this part, that is on learning paths, for these two cards, there is no such effect on hover. If you hover on them, there is no effect. So do we want to have that here too on hover?
Yeah, it's good to have a hover effect, like the box shadow at the back of the card, because everywhere on the website we have that effect. So
Yeah, if I can quickly show you, so you can see, right?
Okay.
All right, then Akshan can refer to the recorded session and can incorporate accordingly. Next up, we have Akhilendar. So is Akhilendar with us?
Yeah,
Yes,
I'll
he
share
is.
my screen.
Okay, thanks.
So I need a quick opinion. When I navigate to the blog page, as you can see here, we have subscribed to our newsletter, and literally in the down part itself, we have that. So why do we? I just felt like, why do we have it so near? So my opinion was to at least remove this subscribe to our newsletter, as it should be in the footer, obviously. So I need your inputs, like what might be the best way. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Yes,
Yeah.
makes sense to remove that one because we
Yeah,
already have
because-
that in Twitter. But let's get
guys,
others'
just
thoughts.
I don't know, like yeah, maybe I didn't mean to interrupt when maybe to remove it. I mean, we could also load up a couple more blog posts if you scroll up a little bit.
Yeah.
That we can also consolidate some of the categories, some of the tags. Some of them are duplicative. I removed a few this last week. There's a few categories that just have one thing in it, so they should be categories. But even then, yeah, okay, so yeah, even then, if you go back to that page that you were just on, when you have one like a category, one thing. So here, when you scroll down, you got the same problem, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to get away from it if you have less than a certain number anyway. Yes, ideally on the main page, you wouldn't be having that problem. First of all, you have to have bottom margin on the widget.
Yeah.
But even then, there's still an open question, like, should it go that long? On the main page, hopefully not, since it's a static number of posts that get shown. But yeah, but so it still needs to be addressed here. It's not like you're going to remove all like the tags, the category, all the other widgets just to keep it so that it doesn't overflow. So we need to, it's just like an empty state. You need a plan for the overflow. Yep, it is. There are multiple of these. There are multiple links to the blog. So under community where it says blog, are you on the blog page now? The blog section?
Yeah, I'm on the blog
Okay.
page.
So why are we still showing the blog link in the footer? Well, for the same logic that we would still show subscribe twice on the same page. I'm saying just because it's on the page twice doesn't mean that it shouldn't be shown necessarily.
Okay.
I'm just saying that Vivek, like a snap decision like that. It's good to analyze a little bit. Is like, how many blog posts are we showing right here in the grid? 4, 6, 8,
10.
10. It's a good number. Can we reduce the categories? Yeah. See the ones that say Istio, Envoy, those can roll up under service mesh, and that eliminates 2 lines. Anyway, maybe we should first try that to clean that up and then see where we land, see if it's still overflowing. And if so, then consider removing the subscribe. Or potentially, maybe only showing like categories on the main page and tags on an individual page or something like that, maybe.
In my opinion, I think it is good categories on the main, and this is good. Like they can navigate, like it would be easily navigated, whatever they want.
Or like maybe we can make the category section fix the height so that it will have a scroll effect like in the tag section. So that way we will control the overflowing of these whole sections.
All right. So next item is from your you too, Kilender. So will you present that?
Yeah, wait. So did you guys make a decision on like on what to do?
Yep. Ritik suggested to have a scroll like scrolling on categories. So not listing them like at once. Have a scroll there, like people can scroll on the categories.
Like we can fix the height of that section categories. So
Cool, good. I wasn't looking to approve it as much as just, I just want to make sure that a calendar had direction.
Yeah. So what exactly should I be doing?
For
Yes.
now, let's keep the subscribe to our newsletter. And the thing that Ritik mentioned, we can try having that. Also, like consolidating the tags and some of the categories into like, we can consolidate them.
Great. A minute. Yeah, the other issue I was talking about is this. As you can see on the main page, these cards have green color layout, and when hovered, it is white. So, but when you navigate to project/Nighthawk, the cards don't have that effect of green layout, and when hover, it going to be white. So that was the issue, but some other person has raised the PR, but this is not what I was what the issue was. He just put just put a hover effect like this. This is not what I was talking about.
Yeah, not consistent with what we have on the home page.
Yeah. So that's another issue. That's should I stop sharing?
Yeah, yes, thank you. So what will you do for the second one? You will add that effect, right?
Yeah, the effect which was there on the main page. The
All
green
right.
color will
Yeah.
lay out, and when hovered, it should be white.
Are those clickable right there?
Yeah.
Yes, right. Okay, if you go back to the other one, are those clickable? No. Okay. Good. So we're not lying to the user then, are we? What I'm saying is
Okay.
probably we don't need to change. This is what I'm saying. Like, it's okay to have some different stuff, especially if the interaction is significantly different. These you cannot click. It's just for show, that lighting up. And so the fact that it's different is perhaps keeps us honest with the user, doesn't mislead them. I don't know. I mean, I think there's more important stuff to work on too. Like, I mean, it's just like,
A better suggestion would probably be maybe making the hover one go. Maybe that's something I want to consider. So if it's hover, then it goes. If it's, that's a better interaction than knowing like it's clickable when it's not exactly clickable, like you said, line to the user. That could be a case of inconsistent patterns there. So maybe it's something that I want to consider.
I didn't think in that point of view where like it is clickable or not, but yeah, point to be noted. Thank you. That's it.
All right. So next item is from Noreen. I will cover this. So currently for a code reference page in mystery docs, like currently this is how it's presented right now, but we would need mockups for enhancing this. So this is a call for volunteers for those UI UXer who want to work and create a design in Figma. So let me share the screen. Link. So that was about the issue, and so we can enhance this page. So if you want to work, comment and we'll assign this to. Next up, again, we have some call for volunteers, and the first thing that we have is this one. So we are looking to consolidate internship programs and writing program pages into one. And for that, we would need some, again, Figma mockups. So there are two issues that are interlinked, and which I will be sharing the links. So currently there are some assignees, but certainly they can use some assistance. So if you want to collaborate into this effort, so signal and we'll get you rolling. Let me share the link. Okay. So these are some screenshots. So Suruchi would like to cover this.
Actually, I don't have any issue with these two. I said it in comment too that I don't have issue. Basically, initially the checks were failing, but now it's working. Yeah.
Okay, I see. So it's adding the screenshot in the integration, individual integration, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. We'll have a look after the call. So these are the same items. Next up, we have an item from Aman. So is Aman with us? No. Added community handbook link in the footer. Okay. All right. This is the same PR for that issue only. Consolidating writing program and the internship program into one. So let's have a look on the changes that. Oh no. This way it won't work. So if you want to work, you can signal on that issue. This one. So next up, we have item from Ankush. But he's not on the call, so we'll skip. Then next up, Saurabh, would you like to present?
Yes, yes. Okay, so this is a call for volunteers. Initially, it is, I guess, this is the first meeting after the Hacktoberfest event. So those who are contributing in through Hacktoberfest, there I have added a link where you will be getting all the Hacktoberfest open issues. And if you are having problem with issues which are vacant or you want to work on, which hasn't been assigned to anyone, you can just sort through least comments only. So you will get many open issues that you can work on. So this way you can contribute to the Hacktoberfest issues, and also if you want to contribute some more to some more issues, you can always go through the help wanted labels. So there we have a good first issues and some easy issues that you can work on. Next up, I have call for volunteers for SEO issues. So basically we are having some SEO issues with layer 5 and mystery. So Vivek has pointed one out of them, but yet we have also some SEO issues. So we will soon be opening some SEO issues so that you can fix them. For those who want to work on, please stay tuned for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Saurabh. And please make sure that you share this link in the chat so all can have a look.
Okay.
All right. So now we'll cover the topics on Mystery.io. So first is from Suruchi. So Suruchi would like to discuss.
Yeah, sure. I'm sharing my. Okay, so this is the issue. Actually, I want to understand some more points related to this issue in brief. I was not able to find what to do.
Yeah, can you scroll up, please? Okay, add support. All right. So like these issue and like it's related to this, we usually cover in message development meeting that happens weekly on Wednesday. So you will find the meeting details in community calendar. I'm sure Saurabh will be sharing the link in the chat. So yeah, like if Lee would want to say anything on this, then good. Otherwise, we will cover this on Message development meeting. Suruchi.
Okay.
There is there's work that has been done. There's another construct that needs to be made called in workspaces. But this I chuckle because it's like that just opens up another can of worms. The environments, I would say, they're actually supposed to be done. Some of the people that have worked on it aren't on this call, unless that's the other Yash Sharma. But I think it's the other Yash Sharma. So yeah, so since he's not speaking up, it's not the Yash that has worked on this. So Suruchi, is Golang your thing, by the way? Is that the thing that you're the most proficient with?
I'm
Nice. All right, good. Yep. So there's a sibling construct called workspaces, and I'll point you to some information about it. I'll also caution that like it's not one of the easiest issues to jump into. It's like I wouldn't recommend it as with you being relatively new, because it'll get hairy fast. That said, I'll also say in the same breath, now that Rex is pointing out the things that I say and what I say in the same breath, I got to make sure that I say it in the same breath, that also just as a piece of side advice, if you do heed anything that I say, this might be one of the things, because not everything that I say is correct or golden, or you got to use your own filters. Like, yeah, I can only, but this one might be good. Is I would say, don't ever let someone tell you what you can't do, unless you really know that they're saying, hey, like jumping off that bridge is not a good idea. You know, like, unless they really have your best in mind, best interest. And in this case, like, I'm not saying you can't work on environments. I'm just cautioning you, like, it's a core construct that will get, that is that a moderate level of complexity will be wrapped around. And so just buckle up if you jump in. I'll be there to support. I really don't have a ton of time over the next 2 months, actually. But there's docs up, there's some design specs up. If you get started and want to roll on to a different issue, there's a number of others that I could point out as well. So, but if you do, I mean, if there isn't such an issue that basically says the same thing here, except uses the word workspaces, then minimally you could create that one. I'll drop some links right now to what a workspace is. By the way, we do schema-driven design in Meshery, which is to say that the first place for us to start, and I could help you with this if this is unfamiliar territory, is to write an open API schema for workspaces, or a JSON draft 7 schema for workspaces. There's a brand new repo as of yesterday, I think. It's called schemas. And that's where we would put that open API schema for workspaces. So there are some ready-made examples out there. Good. So Suruchi, hopefully, yeah.
Thanks, Lee, and thanks, Suruchi. All right, next up, we have Akshay Sharma. So Akshay is with us. Would you like to cover these, Akshay?
Yes, sure. Okay. So I have recently made multiple changes, but out of them, I need review in these two because I have changed a lot of code. As you can see, it's plus 797. Now this was just to convert the class-based component to the functional-based. Though I have checked the UI part of it, but I don't know, like, because I don't have the SSL certificates and all. So the UI part works like normal, but I don't have access to all the files that will be required to send the request to test them. That's why there might be some issues if the user sends a request. But the UI part is like pretty much done. And the second part is the hover effect. Why this is in between? Okay. So the hover effect in the Meshery.io is not working in the dark mode. Like, they are all white. That's why I wanted to change so that even in light mode, they bright up, but in dark mode, it's just a steady white color. And in my, like, what did I change was adding different logos for the dark mode as well. So I had to contact one of my Photoshop friend to change all the PNG files specifically so that the black text could be converted into white ones. And yeah, SVG was pretty easy to handle because you can change the color online. And rest, everything works fine, but the hover effect in the dark mode has been like
yeah. Oh, sorry to interrupt, actually, but no, if you go back, it doesn't work fine. If you're saying that, like, if you go into dark mode, if Ericsson and Astaria.
Ericsson's original color is just dull blue. That's why it's not too visible, but yeah, even in the Meshery or if in the light mode, it's not visible that much. That's why it's the problem of the color of the logo. But it's lightening up a bit, and I can light up the Ericsson one, like increasing the brightness of it.
Wait, yeah, what's the issue, or why are we working on this?
Oh, in dark mode, the images all are just plain white, and
That's fine. That's fine. That you're taking a step backwards. And I don't mean to yep. You're taking a step backwards. Sounded like you didn't hear me. So the step backwards is what? How is it a step backwards?
Step backwards, I didn't get you.
You're making it worse, is what I'm saying. So you're saying the issue right now is that it's bland, right?
It's just plain white, and there is no hover effect in the dark mode. That's what I'm saying. And in the light, you can like hover over it, and you can see the color brightening up in Red Hat, Intel, like it becomes dark and the dot in the eye becomes blue. But in the dark mode, it's just plain white. It doesn't show the effect of the logo or the brand's colors. But in my fix, like it's just different logos. I have to change the black text to like white text, so that in dark mode, whenever anyone can hover over the icons, it just brighten up the color and becomes colorful.
Cool. Does anybody else have feedback? It'd probably be good to hear from others than me.
Yeah, like in dark mode, you're saying that you're using PNG, right? Like different in dark mode and different in light mode.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how we do the hover thing. We do that primarily with SVGs. Also, if you toggle the dark mode in your PR, the preview one, I guess some visibility issue, with the Ericsson and the Stereo, like they are not as visible as the other ones. So that's two there.
And even in the original code, there were some logos which were still PNG and some were SVG. Like most of them were SVG, but 2 or 3 might be plain PNG. That's why I have to convert back and forth with SVG and PNG.
So they may be like newly added. So we will need to have a look at that. But yeah, anybody else has any thoughts on feedback on this one?
Yeah, like I have one, like instead of changing the whole whole logo for in the dark mode, we can have you can just reduce the opacity of the icon a little bit, and on hover increase the opacity to 100%. So instead of just changing the whole every logo in the dark mode and just keep the white logo here. So they in this way, like all the logos will be clearly visible. So yeah, and also it will have that same effect. So
yeah, I actually thought of that, but the PNG or the SVG file and the CSS included in the code is like making it not do that. That's why I have to convert the whole thing. And in some of them, like they have used a definite blank white text part, and some of the logos are like colorful still, but due to the CSS, they are plain white and they doesn't change even after hovering over it. Though the CSS is restricting them, that's why I have to change some of the CSS in the backend, and as well as change the logo text vagera to make the top.
No. Like, and we're just spinning our wheels. Actually, this is worse. You're taking a step backwards. I'll try to say it differently. This is not good. Yeah, thank you very much for working on this. Thank you. I'm very pleased that you're here. You've been doing great stuff. I'm trying to be very direct, kind of save us time and not spend it on like, we're just rehashing some stuff. There's 2 issues that you'd said. One, if you change it back to black in the on the regular site, it's like, I think most would agree, or I certainly would. This is plain and bland. And because they're all just pure white. Oh, geez, just kind of, boring, makes it hard to read, hard to differentiate. Who wants to look at it? I get it. That's an issue, right? The second one is, well, gosh, in the colored mode, there's a little bit, it's very subtle, but you get a little bit of interaction. And who just doesn't like reading with their mouse and touching stuff as they're, it's just nicer that it's it does something now, and it's subtle in this case. And you might expect you'd click it and see a case study, you'd click it and go to their website, or nothing. And in this case, I think it's nothing. And so fine. But then when just because you switch color modes doesn't mean that you're supposed to lose functionality. So your second point is another, I think, valid point. You have 2 points. It's bland, and that we lost the interactivity. So as you look to fix that, don't make it worse, make it better. Try to fix the 2 things. The first thing you can fix is just the interaction, which could be through, this is not legible. The reason you're taking a step backwards is the low level of contrast makes them difficult to read and makes it look like a high schooler put it together, makes it look like, so we're here to help you, push you through college, like get you through anyway, yeah, you can't do it. One way to overcome this is to do what Ritik had said. One of your original thoughts was just like, well, I'll mess with the opacity, which is quite easy to do using SVG. And that will at least take away point number 2 of like, whoops, we don't have the interaction. But on the first point of it being kind of boring, it's like, yeah, if you set them to 80% opacity and then they go to 100% on hover, I think it's a fairly easy argument to say, it's still kind of boring. If you could pull out specific elements like that red on the Red Hat, or like that blue dot on the Intel, or the green square on, like if you could pull out one color from each and show that one color as you hover in dark mode, that could be a solution. And yeah, you're right. Some of them are dark enough unto their own that it's like, well, like for Metabob, it's like, well, it's black. So there's no color. What am I supposed to do? I don't know. So actually I would just say, forget it, man. Like cut our losses, fucking move on. It's not that big of a thing. Like I'll tell you what's a big thing on here. We can talk about the catalog. Vivek can talk your ear off about the catalog, because I've been waiting for I've been working with, 10 different people for the last 9 months, all year now, actually, on the catalog to get some stuff fixed. And nobody seems to be able to do it. Nobody. And holy hell, is the catalog not loading? Oh dear.
No, if you click on deployment 1, the deployment radio button.
No. Why would he need to do that?
It's the issue in Firefox. The all things doesn't load up.
There you go. Akshay, boom, there it is, man. That's what I want to talk about. Why are we having an empty catalog? That's important, not the other. I mean, like the other stuff we're just spinning our wheel. Like, yeah, I agree. You got 2 points. If you can fix them, great. Sounds like you can fix one easily. The second one, yeah, I'm not sure. You could at least maybe get some interaction going with a couple of them to highlight some colors that they might have. But other than that, let's move on to something more important, like the catalog that's here. Please open up an issue right now for Firefox and why we're not showing the categories. And Vivek, if you knew about this and you didn't open an issue, let's talk after the call. Why are we not getting this fixed? Or let's talk right now. Why are we not getting this fixed? It's a big issue. It's an empty catalog. Now this thing sucks. And why would I trust this? This doesn't work. Why would I want to use any of this stuff that these guys have? Because it doesn't work. Oh. Who's going to wrangle this? Akshay, is this you? You think you can take this?
I think I might.
Nice. I think you can.
Okay, I will just pull up an issue after this meeting for sure.
Thank you very much. I believe in you.
Thank you. Let's see.
Yeah, no, I think you will.
Okay.
I'm not just trying to be funny. I think you will.
Okay.
I mean, it might be funny.
If I won't be able to pull it off, then it will be funny. But I will try to handle. So that's it. Those are the 2 PRs. That's the most important one. This, if someone can actually test it by sending the SSL certificates and all to test whether the run test is working fine or not, then that would be great. Otherwise, the whole component thing has been converted from class-based to functional-based. Yeah, that's all from my side.
Thank you, Akshay.
Thank you.
So we are like 10 minutes above the hour. So yeah, we have a couple of items to cover, but yeah, we'll be covering in the next websites meeting on priority. Until then, I'll share this calendar link in the chat. So this is our community calendar. You can subscribe to it. So it will sync all the meetings timing in your time zone. So you can join and get updates for all the different meetings that we have. So make sure you subscribe to the community calendar. And with that, bye everyone. We'll see you next Monday.
Bye,
All right,
Rex.
bye.
See you next time, Rex.
Yo, bye everybody. Bye, Lee.
Bye,
Hello.
guys. Bye.
Hello, Lee.
All right.
Hello.